The Google Maps API gives you access to the biggest database in the world for places and businesses. dashdash offers a Google Maps integration that allows you to perform multiple different tasks, including getting information about places like restaurants, hotels, and businesses, geocoding, generating driving directions, obtaining elevation profiles, and more. To connect the Google Maps integration, all you have to do is head to the Integrations Marketplace and find the integration. From here, you have two options to choose from. You can either use your own API key or connect directly through dashdash. If you want to use your own API key, click on Use Your Own Keys, enter your API key, and click Connect. If you prefer to connect the integration instantly without having to go through the hassle of creating your own key through the Google Cloud Platform, all you have to do is click Connect, add a payment method if you haven't already, and you're good to go. Now that you have Google Maps connected, let's talk about the functions this integration provides. You can find places based on a query using the Place, Search, Google function. Just provide a search term, and you will get a list of places, along with their addresses, place IDs, ratings, and more. You can also look for places in a certain radius, like restaurants in your neighborhood or competitors near your business, using the Nearby Search Google function. You provide the longitude and latitude of the location and a radius in meters around which you want to search. If you prefer to enter an address instead of the coordinates, you can use the geocode Google function to convert the address first. You then parse the coordinates as inputs for the nearby search. This will return all places matching your search criteria in that radius. You can then narrow down the places search by looking up places by query using different search terms, or by defining the type of places you're looking for, like restaurants, schools, stores, gyms, shopping malls, movie theaters, and more. If you only want to look up places by type in a certain area, you can always skip the query parameter by adding commas and leaving it blank. Also note that the place type needs to match one of Google's predefined types, so make sure to check out the link below for the supported place types. You can also find them in the function helper within dashdash. Once you have your list of places or businesses, you can enrich them with more information using the Place Detail Google function. This function takes a query or the place IDs returned by place search, nearby search, or geocode and reverse geocode in case you're looking up a specific place, and returns details about the places including phone numbers, opening hours per day, reviews, and more. Let's look at the geocode Google function again, which we used earlier as input for nearby search. You can use it to get the latitude and longitude coordinates of any place. By default, the second parameter, short, which is optional, is set to false. This means that it will return all the information available about the entered location, including the address components, the correctly formatted address, place types, and of course, the latitude and longitude. It also returns the place ID, which is needed in some cases. However, if you're only interested in the coordinates as output, simply set the parameter to true. You can then pass the coordinates to any other function that requires them as input parameters. You can also perform this the other way around and get an address out of a pair of coordinates by using the reverse geocode Google function. The short parameter is similar here too. Besides finding places and details, you can use the Google Maps integration for routing. Provide a starting location and a destination, and use the Directions Google function to retrieve the directions between the two locations. You can pass along locations in the form of an address, geographic coordinates, or place IDs. You can then change the transportation mode, which is set to driving by default, to walking, bicycling, or transit for public transport. You can also specify either the desired departure or arrival time. You can't define both, but if you do, the arrival time will be ignored. You can specify features to avoid in the generated directions like tolls, highways, ferries, or motorways. Finally, you can add waypoints, which are stops along the way. These can also be in the format of an address, location, geographic coordinates, or place ID. You can add more than one separated by vertical bars. You can also use Distance Matrix Google, which is very similar to the directions function and can be useful when used together as it returns the travel distance and duration. The last piece of information you can find out about places is their elevation. This is done using the Elevation Google function, which returns the elevation in meters. The Google Maps integration is used for many different purposes, including generating lists of places within seconds, tracking existing and new places in an area, optimizing routes, and even cleaning up the addresses of users or subscribers' database. Now you've learned about the Google Maps integration and can start using it in dashdash.